In just a few days, I'm going to be flying halfway across the world to get ICL surgery. Vision correction surgery is something I've always known I would have needed more than wanted, and it's now gotten to that point where I will now be doing that. I have pretty poor eyesight. If you're interested, I have -9.5, which is pretty insane. I don't think I've ever met anyone with as bad eyesight as me until I Googled this online. Hello, my name is Jodie, and today I'm going to be sharing my whole vision correction journey with you. Now in just a few days I'm going to be flying out from the UK to South Korea to actually get this surgery sorted, which is really scary to say. I wanted to create this digital diary to kind of share my whole process of it, because I didn't just automatically land in South Korea. I've watched a few people's journeys over the past year with ICL surgery, and I thought it'd be really good to share my story online as well. Especially I haven't seen many people from the UK share theirs. I'll get into it more about who, what, where and why, like why I chose South Korea, what it is I'm actually getting, why I needed it, and so forth. So if you're interested in seeing how I actually landed in this, please keep on watching. For starters, what is ICL? So ICL is Implantable Collamer Lens. So with the surgery itself, imagine a rectangle contact lens, and it's kind of rolled up, like you've rolled it up, and they make a tiny cut within the white part of your eye, push that little lens in, it opens up, and then they tuck it in behind the coloured parts of your eyes, so it's just in front of your pupil, if that makes sense. Apparently it's painless. I'm very nervous for it because the whole thing looks very scary, but yeah, that's essentially it. From what I've read online, it was like 5-10 minutes long, quite safe. It's got a quick recovery time. Apparently it's like a 24-hour turnaround in terms of like you can see almost straight away. It's kind of you've got blurry vision for a little bit, and then if you've had a nap or once you've had a sleep, you can see pretty clearly. I've seen a lot of people talk about halos, so that'll be interesting to see what my experience will be. That's basically what ICL is. I just wanted to give a brief overview. So why did I decide to get surgery? Like I said before, it's not something I wanted. It was the case of when. So I'm a glasses and contact lens wearer, but I only wore contact lenses kind of maybe like 2 times a week, if that, maybe 3 times. I only started wearing contact lenses like 2 or 3 years ago, and I quite enjoy wearing them. Over time I did start getting drier eyes with those contacts because of my prescription being so bad. I was having to wear contacts pretty much as soon as I'd gotten out of the shower in the morning until I went to bed at night. I've had some instances where I received faulty contact lenses and the contact lenses were ripped. There was one time I had to pull over in the hard shoulder of a road and change contact lenses because it suddenly just started I don't know, I can't remember what the reason was, but it felt like it went inside out. It didn't, but it just, sometimes the contact lenses I had, they just weren't right. There was another time I was in Scotland, so I was about an hour and a half away from home, and one of my contact lenses fell out. I didn't have a spare at the time. I always carry spares now, but I didn't have one at that time, and I had to go home that day with one eye, basically, and I couldn't see, and my prescription's that severe, I just couldn't do anything, and I hated being in a position where I just was so helpless. And a lot of people don't see eyesight as a disability, but it really is. If I wasn't with someone that day, I would have been panicking, thinking what the hell am I supposed to do? Because I had to walk around with one eye shut, because it was too much, because the prescription's too severe to too polarizing. It's the fact that my glasses now are so thick. I hate how it distorts my face now, even more so because of how bad it's gotten. If my prescription was something like -4 or something, I would have been okay keeping that for life, but like I say, it's at -9.5 now. The lenses are getting so thick now. Even when I spend a fortune on them getting thinned and stuff, they're still super thick. The fact that it's been debilitating through having bad contacts or bad glasses, it's just kind of all those factors rolled into one is what's made me start considering it. There's a pair of frames I used to have for years and years and years. I'd always buy the same frames, and because I think they best suit my face, and they stopped selling them. However, you can still buy them as blue light glasses. So I bought these recently once I've had the surgery, and I look at them and I'm I forgot that lenses that thin even existed. I haven't had that ever in my life. So before I get on to the South Korea part, I wanted to talk about how I like my whole experience about finding a consultation within the UK has been. So I had my first consultation at a place called Optical Express. Before I knew ICL surgery existed, I was having a look just in general around, and I booked a consultation there. The people were really nice and had my eyes dilated. They had loads of scans and stuff, and they told me I could have laser eye surgery and it would cost me around £6,000. It might have been a little bit less, but more or less over £5,000. And they told me it would be that much because of my prescription. And I was originally really shocked. I had my eyes dilated. I'll put in some videos here. The whole consultation and stuff was really good. I was really shocked about the price, and like looking back now, it was really bad. I got offered laser eye surgery. Always good to get a second opinion from someone else. So that is exactly what I did. The second place I had a consultation was in Leeds. Optimax is another one of those clinics that is all the way across the UK, and they do loads of vision correction options. People there were amazing. Like I really, really liked it there. And that's when I was told that I should have ICL surgery. Consultations take around an hour and a half or something, or 2 hours ish. And a boy came through halfway through and he had his laser eye surgery. Like he came in and he was gone before I'd even finished my consultation, which was like insane to me, but that was really cool. It made me feel more confident in this place. However, when they started discussing my personal price plan, I was really shocked. So this was in March 2025. At the time I went, they told me it would cost £6,500. After taking it all in, it was something I needed to get done. So a family friend of mine actually had vision correction surgery in Prague, I believe it was, and she was telling me about the price and stuff, and that was another option I'd looked into. But then, long story short, I found South Korea. I've been to South Korea before. I went there in November last year, and I had a really good feeling about the country. I didn't know at the time I was going to get laser eye surgery. From someone who's in Europe, you see obviously loads of people go abroad to Turkey for hair transplants and teeth and whatever, but the medical tourism in Korea is next level. I sent a few emails out just inquiring at various clinics, and oh my god, the price difference is insane. And it's not even for the quality. I think I'll go into the price later on, when I have the surgery, but I think the one I'm looking at is about 5 million won, and it works out just over £2,500. So I've booked 2 return flights, Airbnb, the surgery, spending money to actually spend time in Korea, and it was still cheaper than getting it done in the UK. I would have much rather have gotten it done in the UK. I just couldn't justify the pricing. It's a lot. I was originally looking into BNVIIT, so BNVIT, BGN, BGSS, and there was loads. There's absolutely loads in South Korea that I've seen on social media and whatever. But I decided to go to BGN, which is in the Lotte World Tower, I think it is, in Seoul, which is the 6th biggest building in the world, as you do. So the reason I chose BGN was because it had loads of really good reviews online. It has loads and loads and loads of patients from overseas, and I was having a look on social media, through TikTok and YouTube, Instagram, Google reviews, you name it, I found it. And I was just looking at other people's experiences, and that is literally why I'm making this one today. But yeah, it has translators, it has competitive pricing, really good reviews, and just loads of stuff on social media that made me feel really comfortable. That wasn't paid advertising or anything. It's just going to be unbelievable. I just can't imagine a time where I'm not going to need these super thick glasses. I'm curious to see how I'm going to see my vision through these glasses once it's fixed. Yeah, we'll just see how it goes, really. So hopefully the next clip you see of me, I will be, standing outside the Lotte World Tower in Seoul. Very nervous, probably very sweaty because it's very hot over there at the moment. We'll see how it goes, really. So yeah, thank you for coming along on this journey, and I'll see you there. Bye. Hello. I don't know if you can hear me or even see me very well, but we've made it to the other side of the world, and now I'm in Korea. And behind me is the Lotte Seoul Tower, and that's where I'm going to go for my appointment. Hello, good morning. It is currently 8 a.m. and it is the 2nd of September, and it is surgery day. I just got out of the shower, so I'm just still getting ready at the moment. But in Korea last night at about 5 p.m. I'm really, really nervous for it, but it'll be fine. I've read so many good reviews, I've seen so many videos on it. It's a good procedure to have. It's a good place to have the procedure as well. My appointment's at like 10 a.m. or something like that, so I'm assuming to be out like mid-afternoon. I think that's usually the time people say, like, you usually have a couple hours of eye tests, and then from there on you have lunch and then surgery, and then you wait a bit and then go home. So yeah, we'll see. I was obsessed with these vanilla lattes. This is me going into the clinic, and this is the view of the latte world, which is kind of like a small scale version of Disneyland in a way. I'm not sure why I'm filming so strangely in these clips, but this was just like the inside of the clinic. I don't really want to get anyone in the video, but it was quite empty anyway in this section. But yeah, I was given this little bag as well with full of lots of different goodies. But yeah, for lunch I went back to my roots and went to the London Bagel Museum. I can't lie, the bagels are really, really good. I can't believe how loud the cicadas are. It's currently 12:30 in the afternoon now. Overall, it went really well. I just had like loads of different tests and stuff, similar to when you have like a regular eye exam. They checked things like eye pressure and whatnot. Signed a couple of consent forms. I was given like this little goodie bag thing. The inside, it basically just has loads of different eye drops. Like, these are artificial tears to have as and when, and then like these 2 other eye drops like every couple of hours, I think. It's all written down. And then like the goggles and like other aftercare options and stuff. We left around midday, and they just said to come back around 20 to 2. At 1 p.m, so in about half an hour, I need to start taking these dilating eye drops, and I need to take them every 5 minutes until they're finished, basically. And then I'm going to head back in about an hour now, and then they said I'm going to talk to the doctor, and then I'm just going to go straight into the surgery, which is really surreal, really good, but really scary. They also give you like this piece of paper with like the surgery instructions on what eye drops to take, the tears and all the other medication as well. So yeah, everything's been completely fine. Like, there's been no translation issues or anything like that. I have to admit, where this clinic is, it's so beautiful. There's so much outdoor green space, and you're right by the river as well. So this is me before the surgery, and this is me directly after the surgery. Oh my god, my eyes are so dilated here. I felt a bit out of it here, and I kind of just sat outside for a little bit. And then after that, I had an Uber home. It was actually a really nice, pleasant Uber home. And pro tip, Ubers here are so much cheaper here in comparison to the UK. Hey Siri, set timer 2 hours. I just got back home from surgery. As you can see, my eyes are like super dilated. My eyes are super dilated. I haven't put my glasses on. So yeah, everything went okay. I'm not really feeling up to talking too much about it at the moment. I can kind of see, like, it's a little bit blurry. Imagine like a white piece of cling film, like a translucent-y kind of, it's like an overall white glare that I've kind of got at the moment. It's gone down a little bit, but I can see symbols and stuff, like the Korean symbols, because that's obviously where I am, and I can like read things just about, but like, say like this piece of paper here, I can't really read that. It's got small print on the back. I can't read that at the moment, but I could read shops in the middle of the road. When we were in the cab home, when we were in the Uber, I could hear like loads of police suddenly, and there was loads of like escort ushers like telling you to go along, and then right behind us was a whole escort for the Korean president, and then we were kind of a part of it, and it was very bizarre, because there was like millions of like police on motorbikes, and then like the cars and all the flashing lights, and everyone telling you to move out the way, like, because we were just in front of the escort. Like, I think I tried to get a clip. If I did, I'll put it here, but like, it was very bizarre. Overall, it went okay. I think I was feeling a little bit upset when I left, not because of the surgery. They said the surgery was a success, but yeah, like I say, everything went okay. I was just feeling a bit like, I suppose, vulnerable at the time and quite alone, but yeah, like I say, I'm feeling a lot better now. I got myself a little strawberry drink. I got a banana one as well, actually. Yeah, I'll do a better progress video later on, like explaining how everything went, but I was there, yeah, from 10 a.m. till like 5 p.m. or 10 past 5, something like that, so it was a long day. I have these eye drops I have to do every 2 hours, and then I have some like oral medication tablet things to take as well.
The next day.
Hello and good morning. It's now the next day after. It's like 8:30 in the morning and it's the 3rd of September. So I just wanted to do a quick check-in after I had my like first sleep. Last night I woke up around 4 a.m. or something like that, and I looked outside and I could see crystal clear. It's very bizarre to me that I can just see. Yeah, it was just a lot. And I got an Uber home yesterday, and like in the Uber I had my eyes shut most of the time, and when I had them open I experienced my first halos, and honestly it was very bizarre. It was really cool but bizarre. Like I imagine it would be annoying if you were driving. I can imagine it being a lot worse. But when I had the actual surgery itself, it felt like I was looking through a kaleidoscope and I could actually see the little implant they were putting in. It was so bizarre. I can see crystal clear at the moment, and then now it's like better than what I could see with my contacts. I think yesterday it felt like I had like super dry eyes and I'd been wearing my contacts for like maybe 2 days. Not that I've ever done that, but you know, if you accidentally fall asleep with them and they're really dry and it's hard to close your eyes, that's how it felt yesterday. But now it just feels normal. Like I can still feel a little bit like, not sore, but like, imagine if you poked your eye really hard for like 5 seconds and then you can kind of feel that like sting. That's kind of a little bit how they feel, but overall it's fine. Even the solution doesn't sting. I was given this piece of paper yesterday. I couldn't read any of it yesterday. It was all just a bit of a blur, and now I can just see it from here, from over there. It's a little bit difficult to read there at the moment, but I think it will only get better, because I mean it's not even been 24 hours yet.
2 hours later.
Oh, there he goes. Very noisy, as you can probably hear, but I just wanted to do a little checkup from today. I was only at the clinic for about 15 minutes and I did like a quick checkup where they did like tested my eye pressure and if I could read all of the things on the wall, like the letters. Yeah, there was a few that I was struggling with that I couldn't particularly understand, but for the most part I can see really clearly now. My eyes have been a tiny bit dry, but I've just been using the artificial tears and I've needed to like just take my medication and stuff, but overall it's been pretty good really. Just had some lunch at Egg Drop, and now I think we're going to go to the Coex Mall and just have a little wander about. I'm actually pleasantly surprised with the weather as well. It's meant to be raining the whole time we were here, so yeah, it's been pretty good really. I just wanted to give that a little check-in. Hello, good morning. I just wanted to do a quick check-in for like, I think it's day 3 and day 4 post-op from my eyes. Yesterday I had a bit of my eyes were quite sore. It felt like I'd worn the goggles and stuff overnight, but it felt like someone had poked my eye, both of my eyes really hard, and then moved them because they were kind of stinging. You know, like if you're on a bus or in a car or whatever and you like your eyes kind of go like that when you're like trying to focus on things and your eyes are focusing on more than one thing. Like it was a little bit sore yesterday for the most of the morning, but like by the evening it was all right. I'm still a little bit sensitive to light to a point where if I'm wearing sunglasses it's fine, but if I'm in like last night I was in Myeongdong. It's just this really big tourist area and it just has loads of bright lights, and that was really intense, and I feel a bit self-conscious wearing sunglasses at night because I look like such an idiot. Yeah, so that was a thing. But yeah, overall it's been alright. This morning I've woken up and my eyes feel a lot better. I mean, this one's a tiny bit itchy. I think today I might be going to the Seoul Tower, Namsan Seoul Tower, and I'm not really too sure, maybe Itaewon.
1 week later.
Today is my 1 week post-op day. I have a post-op appointment today in 2 hours, I think it is. Overall, my eyes have been really, really good. I haven't been dry at all. It's been crazy being able to see. I think for me, like, I know everyone says it's like they've gone to bed wearing their contacts. I've been doing the, like, to push glasses up. I think the true test for me will be when I go back home to the UK. Today and yesterday, my eyes have felt particularly quite tired, but I think it's them healing. When I was putting the eye drops in this morning, I noticed my eyes are really red. Like, you can't see it as they are right now, but like if I lift my eyelid, you can see where the incision was for the implant, which was really creepy. I saw it a few days ago and it was just a tiny bit red, but now it's quite dark. But I mean, like, when you just see me like this, obviously you can't see it, which is great. I know that could be really squeamish for some people, but then you wouldn't really be considering this if you were, I suppose. But do you know, if you've worn contact lenses all day and then your eyes at the end of the day are just like kind of like hard to blink, that's kind of what it feels like. It's no pain or anything like that. But yeah, we'll do a little check-in later on today, just kind of explaining what happened at my post-op appointment today. But otherwise, I think the last time you'll hear from me is like my final thoughts when I'm back in the UK. Once I'm at home, I'll kind of do a proper sit down and give like my overall thoughts of the surgery. So as I was saying before, where it feels like it's really strange that you're not wearing contacts or glasses, I think for me, what I found the best so far is like my eyes haven't been dry at all. You know, that kind of dry feeling you get from wearing contacts for like, say, 8 hours or something. I've not had that, which has been amazing. It's been a bit rubbish not being able to wear makeup, but obviously that's like such a like menial thing out of being able to see. But yeah, I thought that could just be my little 1 week check-in, and I'll see you later. Bye.
Much later.
Good evening, hello. I had my 1 week post-op today, and it turns out that I have 20/20 vision. I had like my English documentation given to me. I'll go through it more on camera when I get back home, but when I glanced at it, it said I was like, they accumulate your prescription with your astigmatism, and I was a -10 down to -1, which also translates to 20/20 vision, which is insane to me. The doctor said like everything is healing really well. I was really worried this morning. My eyes felt quite sore and the incision you could see more so than a few days ago, but I think it is just healing. They said my eye pressure was great. They said it's healing really well. Continue taking the drops for the rest of the week. I don't know why, but I just expected everything not to go smoothly, and I just can't believe how smoothly everything went. Before I had my surgery last week, I was so nervous. I was so scared, and I wasn't contemplating backing out, but I was like, have I made the right choice? This is a very scary surgery to have. I'm just over the moon that I can just see everything. Everything's healing well. After months and months and months of looking into this and working out if I really want to go through with this, and, you know, the pros and cons, the risks that has happened, and I just can't believe it. Half an hour surgery changes your life forever. I will see you in a couple of days to let you know my final thoughts. Thank you so much for coming along on this journey with me, and you will now see me when I'm back in the UK. And just like that, it's been 1 month since I've had my ICL surgery. So yeah, this is just my final check-in now. I'm back in the UK, and you know, it's been a couple of weeks since I've been back from South Korea. I was telling you my final thoughts, how things have been, if there have been any issues, you know, things like that. So yeah, I wrote a couple of notes down as well, just so I can keep on track with everything and I don't waffle on too much. So yeah, how have I been? I did see a difference with how my vision was in Korea, obviously, but I wanted to see what it was going to be like when I got home in the UK. And honestly, that is when I really saw a difference. For example, the day I arrived back in the UK, I accidentally fell asleep about 3 p.m. It wasn't intentional, but you know, it happened. And I woke up at like, I think it was like 11:30 at night, which, you know, it's not ideal. But the main point of the story was I woke up in this bedroom and it was pitch black, and woke up thinking, oh, I left my contacts in. I can see this room, because like if I'm just lying in bed, I never really see what my room looks like in the dark because I've taken my contacts out, I've taken my glasses off, that kind of thing. And I was just lying in bed thinking, oh my God, I can see like the other side of the room. I can see out the window. I can just, like, ridiculous things. That to me was amazing. Another really nice moment I've had was last night I was reading in bed, just chilling. But I had like a face mask on, and that's, you know, that's something I've always had to like mindfully think about. Like if I was wearing contacts, I would have to think, right, if I want to do a face mask on this particular day, I've got to make sure I'm wearing contacts that day so I don't waste them. you know, that kind of thing. But like I just decided on a whim, like, oh, I want to do a face mask. I was never able to wear sheet masks when I had my glasses on, and I would, like I say, I would always have to like be mindful of when I could do my face mask. Yeah, it was just nice that I had the like freedom of just doing one on the whim whilst still being able to see and just being able to read. That sounds so silly, but like just little things like that are still catching me, and I'm just like, that's really nice. Just having that is a nice perk as well, that I don't have to worry about contact lenses constantly, because even when I wore contact lenses with makeup, there would be times where my contact lenses would just suddenly become irritated and like my eyes would water, it would ruin my makeup and whatever. So yeah, it's just nice I don't have to worry about things like that. So yeah, recovery also has been absolutely fine. I've just been using the 2 eye drops that I showed you in my previous clips. I haven't done this yet, but I've got my old glasses here, and I just wanted to see how I felt wearing them. That is insane. Like, that is insane. I can't believe how warped like my vision was in these. Like, you can see the curve. It makes me really sad that that was the only way I could see clearly, and you know, I never saw the warped vision in these, which is, it's really sad. Science is crazy, man. Like, I just can't believe there's surgeries that exist where you can just get perfect vision. It's just amazing to me. So I've been editing this footage together the last few days, and I've seen like where the incision marks have been, like when I like lifted my eyelid up, and I'm like, damn, that's crazy. But now you can't see them at all. There's no marks, nothing. Crazy how your body can just heal like that, really. Halos haven't been a massive issue for me, really. There have been times where they have been super intense. It hasn't been that bad since being back in the UK. There isn't as many like massive LED billboards around here. So it's not been that bad. The only time it's been like a massive issue was kind of driving at sunset. I think that's the only time like it becomes quite intense, or even when like at night when you go past people with, especially with their full beams on, it really like irritates my eyes. Another time halos have been really intense is when going into specific shops, like quite low hanging lights, which have been really intense. But other than that, like just doing whatever day to day, it's been completely fine. It's a small price to pay for getting perfect vision, really. But I do think if I like actually drove, like was driving the car, it would be quite irritating. When I'm wearing sunglasses and stuff, it's been completely fine. Not super sensitive or anything like that. And in terms of like using the PC and stuff, I have blue light glasses which help, and taking regular breaks away from the PC, that has been really helpful as well. I think another thing which is worth mentioning is when seeing other people's videos, they're saying it's like I've just not taken my contact lenses off. It's not felt like that to me. Like, yes, in terms of seeing the vision, but like I have not suffered with dry eye whatsoever. I knew my eyes were dry in the contact lenses over time, but like it just, my eyes feel so fresh. It sounds a really weird thing to say, but they just feel great. What I've been able to do is such a massive privilege, and I will never take that for granted. But I just feel like sight shouldn't be a privilege. In the UK, having vision correction surgery is seen as cosmetic surgery, and I just, you know, after having this done, I just can't believe you could argue that, because vision shouldn't be a privilege. You shouldn't have to pay thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds just to be able to see and do what every other normal person can do. For months and months, I was like researching into getting this every single day, and now it's just, I don't even think about it. It's just amazing. It really, really has changed my life, and I'm just so happy that I was brave enough to get it done, because it was something that really scared me. It really scared me to my core, getting this done. All right, I got my BGN bag out and I have all the receipts in front of me here, and I just wanted to go through the price breakdown with you. For the retina laser surgery, so not, the retina laser surgery isn't vision correction like Smile or LASIk or whatever. That was just like a treatment on top that I needed. The retina laser treatment came out to 354,100 South Korean won. For the actual ICL surgery, that was 4.9 million won. So online the surgery said it was 5 million won, but they do same day discount surgery. I don't know if I got that, but they told me they would take 100,000 off if I did like a social media video / Google review kind of thing, which works out to only £50, something like that. Post-op appointments were 24,901, which works out to around £12. Just to put into perspective, I need to have my 1 month post-op appointment soon here in the UK, and they want to charge me £100. The price difference is insane. So one thing to also note is they provide you with all the English documentation you may need for your post-op appointments. I'm still yet to have it, but I think I'm going to be having one at Optical Express. I will put an update here just once I've had it, just kind of explaining how it went and stuff, but I'm assuming it's going to be fine. I've had no bad symptoms of anything, and I assume my scans will be normal. It's only been a month, but I will be having another one at 6 months and then yearly after that. So I had 2 post-op appointments in South Korea, so that just came out to around £25. So the full amount that I paid for this surgery, I'm going to put on screen here for you, and this is how much I would have had to have paid if I got everything done in the UK. So when you compare the two in prices, it's completely insane. I'm pretty sure this whole trip, as in the flights, the hotel, the surgery itself, was all half the price of getting the surgery done here in the UK, which, that's insane. That's absolutely insane. It's just been a wild ride for like researching from the very beginning all those months ago, and just been thinking about this for so long, and to actually having it done now and being able to sit here today and record this video talking about how good my experience has been in terms of my recovery and whatever. It's been amazing. But yeah, thank you so much for coming along on this journey with me. I hope you enjoyed. And if you are considering surgery, do let me know. If you have any questions as well, do put it in the comments below. I'm happy to get back to you about anything. But yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye.